Hello, 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 everybody. Hi, my name is Eve. This is Eve's Creations Paint Party. It's Friday night. What? So, tonight's how-to see-through. So, I don't got nothing to show you. We're going to learn how to make things transparent. How you can paint things that, you can sort of kind of see through, but not completely. Things like that. So that's what we're going to do. Say hello, hello, hello if you're painting with me. Let me know if anyone's painting with me. The palette is always the same colors every time. I know, I can't sing. That's why I paint. White, black, blue, red, and yellow. I'll let you know what brushes I'm using when I'm using them. But those are always the same too, right? Big boy, 3 fluffies, mini me, tiny, and Mr. Nifty. And you could order brush sets and get all of those for yourself to do every single one of my videos just by direct messaging me. Alright, so replays are available. They will be available on Facebook for 30 days, and then you have to head on over to my YouTube channel, which is the same name as my paint party channel. Okay, and my phone did an update, so I don't have any of my links. Awesome. That's awesome. Anyway, that's the address to my YouTube channel. And I also have PayPal and Venmo. Those links are featured on the event page. I don't know where. Oh, I found it. They added an extra button. Oh, well, that's cool. At least I didn't lose them all. Alright, there's my PayPal. Don't you guys love when they do upgrades on your phone? Don't you just love it? And then they shift buttons around, and it's like, if it wasn't broke, don't fix it. Anyway, I found them. It was an extra button. I can't. All my videos are kid friendly. I'm going to try to watch this thing. If you could watch your comments, that would be great. Oh my goodness. Well, at least I found the button. Alright, what else do we want to do? Etsy. Go buy some original art. I am on Etsy. Eve's Creations art on Etsy. Okay? So get yourselves some Eve's Originals. Go on over, like the shop, check it out. There is plenty to see, and I hope you find something that you will enjoy forever. Alright, I'm done playing with that thing. Let me say hi to fam. Hi, fam. I was enough playing with that. I'm done. I'm over it. I'm done playing with the buttons. I think you guys got all the info you need. Let me say hi. Hi, Tina B. How are you, darling? What's going on? Hello, hello, hello. Hello. Hi, Joan. Joan is here. Hello, 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 Joan. How are you? Carolyn is in the house. Hi, Carolyn. What's going on? How are you? Marsha's here. Good evening, Marsha. How are you doing, sweetheart? What's going on? How's everybody doing? You survived another week. It is Friday. I'm very thirsty. It's Friday. So, tonight is a prelude, if you will. Next Friday, I am like this close for this painting being done. So, next Friday is going to be this painting. Okay? So, you are going to learn things tonight that we are going to be doing on this painting. Okay? Tonight is how to see through, right? Things that are transparent. So, I'm going to show you how to do the light rays. I'm going to show you how to do the see-through parts with the white. I'm going to show you how to do the see-through parts with the color. And all of those happy little tricks. Car repair is the worst. Yep, I understand. Yes, yes, yes. That's not fun. Okay, so what do we got to do? We need a background. We need a background. You guys, I can either do that. It's up to you. I can either start the jellyfish off, so you guys have a head start, or you guys can tell me things that are transparent, and I'll show you how to paint them. It's up to you. Some of you really enjoyed when we created our own composition on where do I get started. video, or some of you want the head start for the jellyfish. So you tell me what you want me to do. It'll work either way. So let me get a background on here. I'm grabbing Big Boy. He is a 1-inch flat wood shot. So I'm going to turn around and we'll do some blue and some yellow and some whites and put this on here, and you guys let me know, like, this would be the jellyfish. You let me know, do you want me to give you a head start on the jellyfish and then next Friday we do all the other pieces, or do you want to tell me things that are transparent and I'll show you the tricks on how to paint them? Da, 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 da. This is one of my favoriteest color combinations, blue, white, and yellow. Phthalo blue. Hi! Phthalo blue. Chrome yellow. And white. And my paint is getting everywhere tonight. Like, I was late a few minutes because the blue decided to explode on me when I was unclogging the pump. And for somehow, some way, I've got yellow paint all over myself now. Because it's on the brush. How does that happen? I have no idea. No idea how that happens. No idea. None whatsoever. Nope, nope, nope. I don't have any music playing. That's why I keep singing to you guys. There's no music on. I forgot to hit the button. I will put some music on in a minute. Otherwise, I am going to sing all the instructions tonight. It's rainy for you, Penny? Oh, goodness gracious. Thank you, thank you. Yes, there's bubbles in the jellyfish. Yes, yes, yes. Hello, Penny. Bubbles, tiny bubbles. Bubbles is like a big one. Everybody wants to learn how to do bubbles. I think I did a YouTube on bubbles and rain, or I don't know. It was something. I did something a long time ago. But I'm not going to worry about that kind of stuff. If I wind up repeating a lesson, that is fine. Because a lot of you are new here. You weren't here 3 years ago when I did them in the first place. So that's fine. I mean, those are like Baby Eve videos when I first started doing this. And lots of shenanigans because I had no idea what was going on. Oh, that sounds really, really, really pretty, Carolyn. Aquariums are like stepping it up, man. Somebody else was just talking about an aquarium to me today. Like literally earlier today, somebody's talking to me about an aquarium. That they go. I forgot where she was. I'm sorry, but they go to an aquarium and they've got the largest shark or whatever. They've got like a huge tank set up. And she just likes to go there and watch them swim around. And it's the biggest shark there is on the planet. And there's a couple of them there. I want to say Atlanta Aquarium. For some reason I want to say Atlanta. I'm not really sure though. Alright, so when you put this background on, you're going to... Joan, you can get a head start on the jellyfish because you guys... didn't answer me, so I'm going to go with the jellyfish. See, if you don't answer me, I'm just going to do what I want. And there's bubbles in the jellyfish painting. I will show you how to do bubbles really quickly. Not a worry. Alright, so I know Joan likes getting a head start. So when you put your background on, Joan, make sure that you're sticking and moving. You want the different little colors. Yes, that's the sharks. If I can find my pictures. Okay, Carolyn, that sounds amazing. Hi, Who'd I miss? I miss Gloria. Hello, Gloria. How are you, sweetheart? I miss Gloria. Gloria's in the house. Whale sharks. That's exactly what they were called. You got it, Tina B. Whale sharks. Okay, so now we're going to let this dry. I'm going to let this dry a minute while I take a drink of my tea. Cheers, everybody. I am going to be on TikTok after this thing tonight. So if you do follow me on TikTok, I'm going to be there tonight too. There's an aquarium close by to me. It's a small aquarium. It's on the boardwalk. And there's an aquarium that's a little further from me. That's on the shores of the Delaware and New Jersey. That one's a really large one. I haven't been to either in a very, very, very long time. So, okay. So, Penny, you wanted to see bubbles. Tiny bubbles. Alright, I'm grabbing Mr. Nifty. While we're waiting for this to dry, we can do our bubbles. Everybody always asks for bubbles. It's a thing. It's a thing. I don't know how many times I was asked to paint a bubble. Cracks me up. Okay, so I'm going to take some nice loose white paint. And I'm grabbing Mr. Nifty, the one you get for free for $5 or more of support. If you send me $5 or more in support via Stars or Venmo or PayPal, you give me your address, you get these. Alright. Do you want a bubble, my dear? Okay, so you can go with the circular bubble, right? Parentheses and a parentheses. Okay? You can do a bubble like that. Right, to start off with, or you can do bubbles. I call them bean bubbles because that's what I do. You know me, I make up names for everything, but I call these little bean bubbles, and they help to represent movement. You can do like little bean bubbles like that, going throughout water. Okay, so what you do is you put your outline on, right? You don't want to make it too thick. Just like that. Alright. Little beaners or circular ones. Let me lower this so the comments aren't hiding the bubbles. Okay. And, oh, the plug just fell out of the phone. Jolt time. Thank you for the stars, Tina B. I appreciate that. Alright. Why isn't this not staying in the phone? Okay, there we go. Alright. And in bubbles or glass or anything along those lines, whatever your surrounding colors are, you need to put in your bubbles. Okay? So, these bubbles and what we're doing Friday are by the purple jellyfish. So if you see, I put purple in the bubbles. Right? There's the beaner bubble. There's the regular bubble. See the purple colors inside of it? Alright? Because they're by the purple jellyfish. Alright? So, let's say these bubbles are by a pink jellyfish. So I'm going to grab my red. I'm going to grab some whites. Okay, grab some more red, make a pink, and this is all follow that curve. Hi, Patricia. It's all follow that curve. Okay, so you're going to follow the curve of the bubble and put your colors inside of it. Follow that curve. Follow that curve. Okay, I made it a little lighter so you can see it. Follow the curve of the bubble. There you go. follow that curve. Do, 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 do. Right? Now you could put darker and lighter colors in here. Like I said, it depends on the objects that are around it. So I'm going to put a little bit of darker color on my curves also. Alright? And you let that dry. So we're going to let that dry. And somebody remind me to go back. Alright? You guys are in charge. You got to remind me to go back to the bubble. Betty, you asked for it. Your job to remind me to go back to it. Alright. First thing I'm going to show you is the rays of light. Now, this, I'm going to swirl tap that big boy. I'm going to get all the colors out of them. And this is done with the horizontal drip. You guys know I've showed you the horizontal drip before. So, I am going to just do, I don't know, Carolyn. Hi, Elizabeth. How are you, sweetheart? Hello, 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 Patricia. How are you doing? So I swirl tapped that big boy. So I swirled them. I gave them 1 or 2 taps, and I'm going to do the horizontal drip. Okay, so I have extra water in my brush. Extra water in my brush. I'm going to go to my white paint. My white paint. I'm going to grab some just on the tip of my brush. And I'm going to wipe off. I'm doing well. I'm going to wipe off the excess. Alright? So it's going to look like that. It's kind of see-through on your brush. Okay? And then straight lines, because light is always straight. You're going to start off wherever you want to start off. And you're just going to pull. And the extra water in your brush makes those lines see-through. Okay? We'll do it again. We'll do it again. I have extra water in my brush still. I'm going to grab the white paint. I'm going to wipe it off on the side of my palette. I'm going to look at my brush. The paint looks see-through on my brush. And line it up. Faster you go, straighter it's going to be, and pull. And that is how you do rays of light. Now, you could probably get about 3 pulls out of the brush before you got to add more water. Okay? That's how you get the rays of light. So, I'm going to swirl tap dab my brush. Give it 2 taps. Horizontal drip. Grab my white paint. Go on the edge. Make sure it looks see-through on my brush. Pull. Okay, and you can do this a couple of times and then you'll get lighter rays and darker rays. Alright, so this is the extra water on the brush. Right? That is how you do those. Now, you want to be careful because if your background is not completely dry, you will take some background off. That's what happened in the original to me. I wound up taking a piece of background off, so I made it a direct light beam coming out. That's how I got that. Happy accident. So see how that wasn't dry all the way, and it's kind of taken the color off, right? And if I okay, so I can make an area, I can wipe my brush off, I can use the excess water on my brush. And I'm going to come from that space now, and I'm going to do the light through that. So if you wind up with that happening, you can easily cover it up. I'm doing well, Patricia. I'm doing well. Okay. So, that's one way to do things see-through. Extra water on your brush. Okay. The other way to do things see-through is to put extra water in your paint. So, I'm going to turn around. And I'm going to grab some water with Big Boy. And I'm going to go into my blue. I'm going to add the extra water into my blue. Now, you don't want it to be liquidy. You kind of want to get the consistency of like maybe a broth. Not necessarily water, but a broth. Like, I don't know if this is going to read, but see how it's kind of drippy like that? Okay, so you don't want it like water, but you want it to be drippy. Like, see that? See it running like this? See that? See it run? You don't want that. You don't want it to run. Okay? But, so it's not water, it's got some stability to it, it's not dripping off of my brush, but it's making like little drips. Kind of sticky. Yeah, like sticky. But it looks like it would be sticky. See, I got it on my hand, my arm. My paint just wants to be everywhere tonight. Hi, MK. How are you doing, sweetheart? What's up, Shauna? Crazy times? Always crazy times. Always crazy times. Okay, let me start some music so I stop singing to you guys. Alright. I'm teaching how to do how to see-through tonight. So we're learning all the tricks and tips on how to make see-through things like bubbles, light rays. Now we're going to do a see-through object. Hi Laura, how are you, sweetheart? Okay, so I'm going to take this watered down paint, not necessarily water, right, but watered down, and when you paint with it, it should be see-through. Now, the blue is very dark, and I have too much paint on my brush. So see how that didn't come out see-through? Is because I had too much paint on my brush, but I can easily wipe my brush off, come back in, Take the excess paint off. And now you can see, so if you have too much paint on your brush and you're using a very dark pigment, you're going to have to take some of the paint off your brush. So it's very, very little paint that you want to use. You could always add more. You could always add more. And as I'm moving this around and spreading it out, you can see that it's just basically like staining the canvas. It's not. I'll give you a close up in a second. Okay? You can still see the green coming through. So let's do it with a lighter pigment and you'll see it even better. So let's swirl. But see all the extra paint I had on my brush? Look. See that? That's why it went on very, 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 very dark when I first did it. I had to take all that paint off my brush to get it to that point. So it's very little paint. Yes, Laura. Yes, it will. Okay, so I'm going to take water. I'm going to add water to my red. Again, we don't want it to be watery. Now, red is a see-through color anyway, so you don't have to add too much to it. Take the excess off of your brush. Hi, Adam. How are you? And we'll go in and we'll do another one with the red. So you can very easily get your color to be see-through. And you don't have to buy any special mediums. You don't have to buy anything fancy. You're going to have to get the hang of how much water versus how much paint. Right? Depending on how see-through you want it. You don't want it to be drippy. So you don't want drips. If you're getting drips, you're using too much water. Guys, tell me what else you want to see that would be see-through. So I can show you guys if there's something in particular. Alright, let's go back to the bubble. Sure, I'm sure, Laura. Okay, bubbles all dry. Okay, I'm going to take my white paint. I'm going to accentuate the outer edge of it. I do have a how-to glass. Alright, so I'm just going to accentuate the outer edge. And then what you want to do is you want to add lines and dashes and dots. So I'm going to do a line following the curve. You can do dashes and dots. You can do a line that's right on the curve. You can do a line in the middle of the curve like I did there. Right? And then I always like to add the sparkler part. So you place your brush, place your hand with the brush, you move your hand, not the brush. So I'm going to place my brush, I'm going to move my hand. Faster you go, straighter it's going to be. And there is your bubble. Not too hard once you break it down, right? And they look cool, but they're not that tricky. You just got to follow that curve. You got to put in the colors that are around the bubble. Let it dry. Add the curves and the dots, and then you can do the sparkles on the side if you'd like to. Just like that. Kimberly's late to the party. Shauna's saying glass. It's like there's a science to this stuff. It's just little tricks. If you notice how my paint dried down, the wet paint, see how see-through it is? See how you can still see the lines of the green going through it, even with a dark pigment like blue? And see how the red is drying down, and you can see all of the, like you can see this, like, see the darker waterline and how you can see it through the color still. And see the whiter waterline right here, and you can see it through the color. Oh yeah, that would be cool. Okay, so glass. Glass is completely see-through. Glass picks up all of the stuff that's around it. So it'll pick up every single color that's around it. So I am going to go in and I am going to do the extra water in my brush method. Right? Drip. One tap. Right? Water. One tap. Horizontal drip on your napkin. You have extra water in your brush. Do an outline of a glass. Or a vase. Okay, I'm just doing the outline. Very sloppy. Very sloppy. Now, the next trick I want to show you is the damp paper towel trick. So, when you draw your stuff onto your canvas, you can take a damp paper towel and wipe off any excess that you don't want. And it immediately becomes see-through no matter what color you're using. Now, you have to do this. It's easier to do when your paint's still wet. Completely see-through. Barely a smudge there. Right? Let's see if the blue's wet enough to do this. Meh, not really. Hi, Carol. How are you? Now, I'm going to go back in with Mini-Me, my small shader. Right? We're going to go back in with Mini-Me. Let me find a Mini-Me. And we build it up. Haha, you didn't know that, Shauna? Now you do. And we're going to build it up, but we're going to build it up slowly. So I'm taking the paint that's a little watered down, right? A little watered down. Yeah, that's next Friday. I'll be teaching that next Friday. So we're going over the concepts on all the ways to get things to be see-through or translucent. We did the extra water in the brush. We did the extra water in the paint, and now we're doing the damp paper towel. So now I'm going to take the watered down paint, because this is kind of like a combo of all the tricks, right? I did the extra water in the brush first. Then I did the damp paper towel. Now I'm using the watered down paint. I'm going to come in, and I'm not making a solid line. I just want to accentuate some of the edges. I'm gonna, you got that right, Laura. And then I'm gonna just take my finger and soften that out. If you notice, I'm not doing a solid line around the whole thing. Right? So, this glass would have an extra layer. It would have the inside part of it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some more watered down paint, and I'm going to put in the curve. That would be the inside. Very light touch, a little bit of paint. Okay, I'm going to take my damp paper towel, right? And you would get the inside curve of the glass. Now the damp paper towel took away this piece on me, so I'm just going to put it back. Hello, 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 Barbara. How are you, sweetheart? What's going on, darling? Oh, all my TikTok fans coming on over. Hi, guys. Thank you so much. Now you want to put highlights. Everything is follow that curve, follow that angle. Very, very little paint. Very little paint. And if you go a little too dark, like I said, damp paper towel, soften it all out. And also, if you wanted to put liquid in the glass, I'm going to take that see-through blue, right? The watered down blue. And come in here. Everything's follow that curve. Here's my curve up here. Follow that curve. Follow that curve. Take my damp paper towel. Damp paper towel. Notice I'm following the direction of my curves. Add a little bit darker here. Maybe a little darker there. Damp paper towel. Swirl, tap, dab my brush. Put my whites in. Everything is watered down paint. Everything I'm doing is watered down paint. Soften it out. Now, the glass would be picking up the blue color. It would be picking up the blue color. So, I would have to put the blue color somewhere in here. I'm just zigzag zooming the watered down paint. So there is a how-to glass on my YouTube channel. So you know, you can check that out and you'll get everything in depth of what I'm doing right now. I don't want to do much more on this because this is an entire lesson, but you can start there. And it uses all of the tricks I'm showing you tonight. All of the tricks. So, you're going to the corner. That's all there is to it. That's all there is to it, Becky. Because you would go back and you'd put more highlights in, and then you would adjust this, and then you got to add the blue color into other areas and everything else. So you would keep building upon this. And go check out How To Glass on YouTube. Because some of you have something else. Rainbows. Yes. See-through light. See-through light. So, when we do the jellyfish on Friday, one of the jellyfish is orange. Okay, so I'm going to turn around. I'll swirl tap dab my brush, my mini-me, okay? And I'm going to take that red, and I'm going to take that yellow, and I'm going to make an orange. Okay, so you make your color first. You make your color first with regular paint. Then you go in and you add the water to that color. Okay, you add the water to that color. And then when you go to paint with this color, and it's very little paint, okay? It's a slow build. It's a slow build. So when you put it on, it depends how transparent do you want it. So you can put it on, and it'll be very see-through. And for a rainbow, you just go down the colors of the rainbow, that's all. Now I'll take my watered down red. Take my watered down red. Zigzag zoom that into place, right? Notice I'm zigzag zooming the color. I'm pushing the color around. It's loose and it's thin. And it's going to, when you first touch your brush to the canvas, it's going to be coming off dark, and then you got to push it around. Push that paint around. Show it who's boss. See how it's dark when I first put it on there? But then as I move it around, it will get softer and softer. And that's it. And you just follow whatever colors are in the rainbow, and you just add extra water to your paint. That's all. Make the color first, then add the water. And you can make a rainbow. So the orange is dry already, right? So if I go in now, and I'm going to put the second layer of orange on there of the watered down paint. So when you do this in layers, your colors can get more bold, but you still won't lose the see-through, the transparency of it. Okay, so see how my orange is getting to be a nice brighter orange with layer number 2, but you can still see the light rays behind it. That's called glazing, by the way. That's the technical term. Thin layer after thin layer after thin layer. You know how we do our layers in acrylic painting. So you're just doing thin layer after thin layer after thin layer, and you can make adjustments to your colors for certain things to happen. A lot of people do glazing with acrylics when they're doing skin tones and flesh tones and stuff like that. It works very, very, very well. Okay, so what else you guys want to see? What else is in the jellyfish? Okay, highlighting. Highlighting when you want it to still be see-through. I'm going to take that watered down white. I'm going to take that watered down white, put it on my object, zigzag zoom, push that paint around, show it who's boss, show it who's boss, right? Then I'm going to take my damp paper towel, make sure that when you grab your damp paper towel, you're grabbing a clean area or semi-clean area. I'm going to go back in and I'm going to soften this out. Now, you have to pay attention to the pressure because you can wind up wiping it right back off again. So you have to pay attention to what kind of pressure you're applying. See how I wiped really, really, really hard and I took it all off. So you want to pay attention to that. Hey, Double K, how are you doing, sweetheart? Boy, all you guys are in here from Dicky Talk. Thank you. So you want to do a very light pressure. Very, very, very light pressure. See? I'm barely touching the paper towel to the canvas. And then you have a see-through highlight. Sounds good, Vicky. Sounds good. How y'all doing? A glass. What did you ask for, Adam? A glass dolphin ice statue? Ice. Ice is the same as glass. I could show you ice. It's the same concept as glass. Bigger in front of the sun. A dolphin ice sculpture. Okay. Sunset on the water is the reflection of the sun on the water, bigger in front. It's bigger closer to the sun. So, if you have your sunset, what I do, an easy trick for you when you're doing a sunset, Becky, is you want to draw the whole entire sun. Hold on. I got everything transparent here. Let me add some white so you can see what I'm doing. So when you're doing a setting sun, paint the entire circle of the sun. Okay? Like your water's here. Right? Your water's there. So you're going to paint the entire circle of the sun. You fill that in. And then you zigzag zoom the bottom part out. And that will give you the proper proportion of how big your light should be on the water, depending on the size of your sun. So you draw the full circle, and then you just zigzag zoom that circle out, and you will get the size and the placement of how that light should be. You're welcome, sweetheart. All right, dolphin ice sculpture. You guys got it. And then I'm leaving. That's going to be enough out of me. Who remembers one of the ways to paint in transparent? You're welcome, Becky. I gave you 3 ways to paint in transparent. Who remembers one of the ways? Water in the brush. Damp paper towel. Water in the paint. Yes! Yes, yes, yes! You guys smacked that out of the park. Water down the color. Right, Barbara? Am I going to eat something? I don't know. Water down the paint. Yes. Yes, Penny. Damp paper towel. Yes, Adam. Water the paint. Yes, Shauna. Water in the brush. Yes, Carolyn. Damp paper towel. Yes. Penny. Yes. Thin layers. That's true too. When you're building it up, that's true too. Okay. So I drew that on. I'm going to add water to my brush. And I'm going to soften this all out. See, you guys got it. You guys got it. Okay, I'm going to take my damp paper towel and I'm going to wipe. Woo is right. You guys smacked that out of the park. Good job, guys. Wow. That's awesome. You knew all of the ways. Whenever you're doing the damp paper towel and you kind of go out of your lines like that, that's when you can just press hard with your damp paper towel and get rid of it. See? Alright, I need this to be standing on some ice. So I'm using the watered down paint and showing it who's boss. Zigzag zoom. Do not zigzag zoom with your pointer brush. Make sure you're zigzag zooming with Mini Me or your fluffies. I'm going to add water to my brush. I'm going to soften this all out. Okay, ice is angular. It has sharp edges unless it's rounded into a statue. I'm taking my paper towel. I'm going to just blot the excess water. So you want to do stuff at sharp angles, like if you did an ice cube, it'd be a square, right? So unless you get your ice from Sonic, then it's little round nuggets of deliciousness. But you want to put your angles in. Okay, wipe off my brush. This is all watered down paint, guys, and I'm just going to soften this into my objects. Okay, and that's how you would get your cube of ice. And then the ice sculpture, frozen water sometimes has like really cool swirly bits in it. Especially like when they carve the ice and round it out. So I kind of just did very soft, swirly kind of things. This is all the watered down paint, guys. All the watered down paint. And remember, less is more. Start with less, do a slow build. Right? I would add a smidge. Tiny, 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 tiny. You hardly touched it. Blue into this. There you guys go. Now you can see. So, microscopic amount of blue. So guys, next Friday we're going to take all these concepts and we're going to do the jellyfish. Okay guys? Hi Stacy, how are you, sweetheart? Yep, I'm just coloring. That's all I'm doing. It's the consistency of the paint that makes it see-through. This is the watered down paint. Okay. You want to put the object behind it. So this cube is out front. So I put the line of the object behind it into the cube. And then I'm just going to take some more white and build it up where I want my brighter areas to be. And there you have it. One dolphin ice statue. Nailed it. That's all I gotta say. Alright guys. Shauna, Tina B, Joan, Carolyn, Marcia, Penny, Gloria, Patricia, Elizabeth, MK, Laura, Shauna, Kimberly, and Barbara. Thank you guys so much for joining me tonight. I'm really excited to do the jellyfish next week. You can practice all of the things I showed you tonight and start on your jellyfish if you'd like to, right? With the background and the water rays and everything else. And Becky, you were late. And Becky, yes, darling. Okay, don't forget stars on my videos. Don't forget PayPal and Venmo. Direct message me your address for support of $5 or more. You won't be painting next Friday. That's right, Becky, absolutely. All right, Joan. Well, you'll be able to watch the replay. I got Adam. Nope, missed Adam. Missed Double K. Missed them too. I was too busy painting dolphins. Alright, let's try it again. You want me to try it again? Alright. Shauna, Tina B, Joan, Carolyn, Marcia, Penny, Gloria, Patricia, Elizabeth, Double K, Becky, Barbara, Kimberly, Shauna, Laura, MK, and Adam. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much for joining me. Y'all warm my heart. Have fun. Go create. Have a lot of fun with this stuff. And you guys are going to be all set. I'll see you next week with the jellyfish, okay? Thank you, Stacy. Thank you for the stars, darling. Thank you, thank you.